Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. Your host Frank Holder here with you. My man Mo's also in the building, and this is the show we talk about sports with comedians. Mo, what's happening? How you doing,
What's
sir?
going on? What's going on? Where you at? Where you at? You different part of the house?
Yeah, I'm in my office space, bro. My office.
Oh, now I'm used to seeing you with the pillows, the couch. I was like,
Pillows,
okay.
pillows.
I
Yes,
don't know.
sir.
I thought you might have been out here at the Beverly Hills mansion, as far as the Massachusetts mansion.
Hilarious. I see you still got jokes. So I see you still up in Beverly Hills too, though. You up there macking and relaxing? What's going
I'm
on?
in I'm in South Central. I've been in South Central since Thursday. I got a couple of friends out here. One of them, we go back like 30 years. So I was out here chilling. I made a couple of connections, moved around, and then I just kind of hang out, got the vibe of LA, been around. This is my first time out here. So, it was all work in the beginning and a little bit of play at the end.
There it is. There it is. That's how you're supposed to do it. My man Mike Sean's also joined us. Mike, what's happening, bro? How you doing?
What's up, fellas? Ain't seen y'all in a minute.
I know, man. I was saying, like, I miss you guys.
Hold up, Mo. The background, dope. Okay, you at the hotel?
No, I'm at my boy's house. I got a friend of mine out here in LA I've been staying with. So I seen this. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's got to be my background.
Dope. That's dope.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah. So, Mike, how have you been, Mike? Because we ain't seen you in a minute. So, how you been?
Everything's been good. Just working. Shout out to the CW33 in Dallas, Dallas Fort Worth. We've been doing that. I'm taping again. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm taping again next week. So everything's been on point, working, doing our thing, and watching sports and wondering when we gonna argue.
Yeah, because you know we're gonna argue. You gotta argue. I had to do the comedy awards though, bro. You know how I had to do that.
Congratulations
Well,
on that.
congratulations, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Working on that
Even
right.
though it's hard, and yo, Mike, it's hard to talk to that man when he working. It's hard. You got to be like, I'm trying to say this. I'm not trying to say that. Come on, Frank.
Mom will cuss you out.
I'm right here, son.
Yeah, like yo.
All right, so y'all ready to jump into the sports thing, man? Y'all ready to get down with this?
Yes, sir.
I've been waiting. Let's go.
I've been waiting because, yeah. Come on.
All right, so let's jump into this first thing, man. I'm still trying to catch up to the slot of sports. I missed sports for a week, so I'm trying to catch up. But I'll work my way front and go backwards. So let's start with Jake Paul's fight. He had a fight with Tommy Fury, and I know Mike. I know you're the boxing guy on the panel and everything else. I want you to tell me about it because it looked like Jake Paul lost due to a split decision in the 8-round bout. Despite the judges scoring 76-73 twice for Fury and 75-74 for Paul. So, Mike, you got to talk to me about this, bro. Like, what's your take on this Jake Paul fight?
The amazing thing about this Jake Paul fight was how many big time names went out to Saudi Arabia and went out there. Like the biggest of the, like everybody was in the building. So shout to him for actually being able to put this propaganda together and make it happen. The other thing is he felt the pressure of what it's like to be the guy that talks all that ish and be the one that's hunted. And that's what he was. He was the one that was hunted. And Tommy Fury, the funny thing about the fight is as much as I want to make believe that it didn't get serious, it got serious when you realize he's about to lose for the first time. And he tried to hit the gas pedal, but he didn't have the gas pedal. So a lot of people don't understand what a Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, a Tyson Fury, Evander Holyfield have to go through when you know if you lose, everything changes. And he didn't have what it took to actually get up to that moment and be like, I'm gonna take this because I know there's another $10 million waiting for me. Because that's what boxers have to go through. As a boxer right now, you got Devin Haney, you got Gervonta Davis, you got Ryan Garcia. All these guys know that life changes if you lose. And Jake Paul felt that pressure. And I didn't want to say he folded, but yeah, I'm going to say he folded. He folded under that pressure. The training wasn't where it should be. And those are the moments where Sugar Ray Leonard, when he's losing to Tommy Hearns, and his trainer says, you're losing it, kid. and comes out and knocks Tommy Hearns out in like the 13th or 14th round. That's the difference between celebrity boxers, reality boxers, and real championship boxers.
Yeah. I'm gonna circle back with you on that one, Mike. What's your take on this, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, I give him props for getting to where he was, not being a 100%. Not I'm not even gonna say 100% boxer because he is a boxer, but not being skilled. That skilled, he took it to another level, But it was only eventually soon that this was coming. It was inevitable. It was inevitable. We all knew it was coming. We just didn't know when. And I figured it might have been this fight here too. I did a lot of reading up on it. I didn't get to see a lot of it, and like Mike said, when I saw it was so many people out there, man. So he's taking it, but I don't think he's going to take a hurt, financially because of this loss. This is a different world. You can always listen. He's going to bounce back and come back in something else or another way or pull in another name. But we always knew that he wasn't a legit, skilled boxer.
Mike, did Jake Paul prove that you really don't need boxing promoters though? Because I think he had a huge high viewership. They made a ton of boatload of money. I think they said top 5. I was listening to some of this thing, top 5 and match and everything else. So if he's doing that on his own, did they prove you don't need boxing promoters?
He absolutely proved it. Floyd tried to prove it because of his relationship with Al Heyman. You don't need this. You don't need these promoters. These promoters are being shut out right now. And the ironic thing is that the first thing people were actually cheering for was a rematch. No, he doesn't cut the middleman all the way out. Like, we can say whatever we want about his personality. We can say whatever we want about his attitude. He cut the middleman out. There's going to be a rematch, and it's going to be bigger than this fight.
Right, no doubt about that. But Mo, you think social media had a lot to play with this and everything else too, cutting that middleman out?
Of course. I mean, social media is the new promoter. If you do it the right way, they even got budgets on TikTok, Instagram for you to promote. Social media is the new promoter. We've seen this coming years ago. I mean, it's just that if you got something to be a good influencer, that's all you need to be. It's just like how the comics, when they were coming out, and they were doing all these social media things, but they got on stage when it was time and they wasn't able to take it. Same thing with him. But once again, I can't knock his hustle. I think he has great hustle, and listen, I'll take it for an hour.
And Frank, you are Jake Paul. You had a Humor Mill Comedy Award show.
Right.
Yeah.
And you did that on your own.
Right.
When normal people would be like, 10 years ago, we'd be like, there's no way he can pull off and have these many celebrities come up and legendary comedians be at your event. You Jake Paul the game.
Well, you sure did.
I didn't even think about it like that. That's a good analogy.
You sure did.
All right, let's move on, man. Let me ask you this. I saw a story this morning about, it's a hockey story, to be honest with you. I saw a story this morning that in Sunday's game between the New York Rangers and the Los Angeles Kings, New Yorker blue liner K'Andre Miller was awarded a match penalty and was kicked out of the game for spitting on LA rear guard Drew Doughty. It was during they were having a mix up and everything else, and it was 16 minutes after the puck dropped. Come to find out, LA, some of the players in LA were trying to talk about this thing, Mike. And here's the situation: they want a real crime to be charged with that because K'Andre Miller spit on him. They want to file charges. Do you think a charge should be filed? A crime charge should be filed if something happens during the game?
We almost had that happen in the NFL.
Right.
Oh, what's his name? Oh God, white guy. Played for the Raiders. I think was playing for Denver at the time. Spit on a wide receiver.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the time when the Chicago Bears player took his helmet off and hit the player.
No, it was actually on Monday Night Football when Gronkowski, that's not his name, but we know this gentleman. When you spit on somebody, oh man, something about saliva being spit on somebody, man. That is I get it's in the heat of the moment, but I can see why, because if you don't press charges, it could turn into something very ugly after the game, after the hockey game or whatever.
Yeah, but what's your thoughts on this? Like, do you think charges should be pressed on because that's not part of the game. Even when you're mad at each other, you want to fight. Like it's more acceptable for a fist than spit. You know what I mean?
The only thing I don't
spit
get
is like coronavirus and all. You know what I mean? It's different than that. You know what I mean? That's my take. Which I don't mean interrupt.
No, the only thing that I don't get is hockey. So if you spit on me, let's fight. And it's okay. You get a 5-minute penalty, whatever you got to sit in the penalty box or whatever. But I can understand. I can't understand why people are like, yo, we got to put some type of charges on this guy, because you'll wind up, if somebody spits on you in your face, you really wind up using that hockey stick for something else.
Yeah, that's a great point. You couldn't make people move to want to do that too, crack you over the head with that hockey stick too. Like, you know what I mean? I know I would.
Because we done went out the bounds of the game now. You can punch me in the face, you can do whatever, we can drop the gloves and we can do that. But if somebody spits in your face and you have a stick in your hand, there could be an automatic reaction to, and I don't promote violence. I'm a little dude, but you could want to chop somebody's neck off.
Yeah.
Promote violence.
Mo, he ain't lying. What's your thing? How do you feel? Do you think charges should be filed on somebody who spits on you during a game, no matter what game?
I don't think it should be some charges, but it should be a real serious fine, like some real serious malice at the palace type fine for spitting, because that would just stop people. You know how it is. You hear them in their pockets. But a criminal charge, come on, man. You're forcing it. I mean, it is hockey. But if you spit on me, you need to pay for that one.
Hey, Mo, before I say this, I'm going to say pause. What if the spit went in your mouth?
Yeah.
What if the spit went in your mouth?
Yeah, I get you. Mike. I get you. It's nasty. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. And it's a fighting thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, that stick. Yeah, look at you. Like, Mike, I get what you're saying. But still, to go to jail for spitting, I mean, come on. He's going to just take the money. Take the money from him. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Take their money.
Anyway, let me give a quick shout out to all the people who continuing to watch Box Eats and staying in. Thank you all for continuing to watch it, and thank you all for supporting and all that, man. I hope you all had a great time while we were off too. Shouts out to all y'all. I don't want to name somebody and forget the names, but let's keep it moving on. Mike, the Lakers made NBA history yesterday. Here's the facts. They were down 27 to the Dallas Mavericks, ended up coming back winning a 111-108. And matched the largest comeback with LeBron James had in his career. It also marked the largest comeback win anywhere in the league this season, and the largest Lakers comeback win since 2002, when they rallied from 30 points down to beat the Mavericks. So there's a lot of questions going on to unfold in this, Mike. First of all, question number one is, are the Lakers getting it all together in time for the playoffs? Is number one. And number two, do you think that if they do able to get it together, they can make some noise if they make it to the playoffs?
The game before that was the game that I was impressed when they played Golden State and LeBron had a horrible game.
Right.
And the team around him was actually cohesive. Then the Mavericks game comes and Anthony Davis scores 30 and hits a tough fadeaway jump shot. And I'm sitting there going like, well, this could, and listen, I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a fanboy. I'm a LeBron fan before anybody even says anything. But when I start seeing things like what happened yesterday afternoon or whatever time the game was, and you come back from 27 points, that means a team believed that they can come back from 27. That means there was a team effort that went on. I feel something, Frank. I feel something could be going on and could be starting. I ain't seen Durant play with the Suns yet. We haven't seen what Durant's going to look like with the Suns. We haven't seen what he's going to look like coming back off of injuries. But there's something in LA. And we always say this, when a league has a narrative and the league has a narrative to push, like I said about Kansas City with the Eagles, when a league sees something, they go like, this could really make us a lot of money and bring the ratings crazy, because everybody knows LeBron in the finals against Boston with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in finals is nothing but block blockbuster numbers.
Listen,
'Cause
if
we're
the
all
Lakers
gonna be
just
watching.
make it to the finals, that's going to make blockbuster numbers all the way through. You know what I mean? If they just make it to the finals.
But I will say this in my ignorance, I didn't know how good Sacramento was.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did not know how good they were.
Good
I
point.
didn't
Good
know.
point. So let me ask you this, Mo. Do you think that it's surprising you how the Lakers are getting it together and able to make, especially after the trade? And do you see them making a push through the playoffs?
I'm not surprised. I mean, we knew they were talented. You know, the main thing for them was just getting them staying on court, you know, staying healthy. You know, with AD down, and then when they got some shooting, once they got that kid out of DC, that was their first move. They started to get a little bit more serious. We started seeing, you know, the Lakers becoming a little bit more serious before the All-Star break. You know, and then they made another move. They got some shooting, so they making moves. They doing some things. Are they going to the finals? I doubt it.
Okay.
I seriously doubt it.
Okay.
I do. Right. Can they go to maybe to the Western Conference Championship? I'll give them that much. I give them that much only because it is LeBron. That's why I'll give it to him.
Okay, so, but Mike, is there more, even on the flip side, is there more of a concern of the Dallas Mavericks? Because the Dallas Mavericks made a trade. They got Kyrie Irving and they got Luka and Doncic, and they ended up blowing 27 points with those two guys who were supposed to be leading point guards in the league. Should there be major concern on that? Like, how you have those two dudes and lose and have somebody go up by 27 and then give up that lead? You know what I mean?
Hey, Mavericks, welcome to the Kyrie Irving world. He was asked, what are your thoughts on a long-term extension with the Mavericks? And he said, I don't want to be a distraction. So I'm not going to answer the question. It's about the season. Let me tell you something. The Mavericks sold everything to get Kyrie Irving. And in my opinion, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, Kyrie Irving ain't signing an extension with the Mavericks. My prediction is that somehow, some way, Kyrie's going to be with LeBron. Yeah. Somehow, some way, he's going to wind up in that Laker jersey. And I don't know why Mark Cuban did what he did. He should have signed Jalen Brunson. We've all said it. Shout to the Knicks. Shout to my Knicks. We're glad to have him. But I'm telling you right now, if I had to bet every dollar I have, there is no way Kyrie is signing a long-term to be in Dallas. He's going to wind up with the Lakers or some huge market, but it's not going to be the Mavericks. And they're going to, and then to top it off, Doncic is going to leave. Mm-hmm. He's going to leave.
You think he's going to leave? You think he really going to leave Dallas?
He's going to go to the highest bidder with the best team, and don't get it messed up. Don't be surprised if Doncic winds up somewhere in Miami on South Beach chilling and going like, I'm about to win some championships here.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I don't know if it's gonna be South Beach. I think it probably will be like the Chicago Bulls or something like that, and they pair him up with somebody. But it's gonna be something different. I think Doncic will leave also, man. Let me ask you this, Mo. Do you think it's more of a three-alarm fire? You know what I mean? With Dallas Mavericks now that they, first of all, they gave up the 27-point lead to the Lakers, and they got Luka and Kyrie.
I ain't gonna say fight. I mean, come on, how many times have these guys played together? You know, they know each other. They know what their skill abilities are together, but they haven't been playing together that much. You know, they haven't really got together to formulate. You know, sometimes we see these guys get plugged into teams and it's like automatic ring, automatic chip. I think Kevin Durant said it. Like, just because we good players on the team doesn't mean we're gonna automatically just come out the gate winning. Because majority of the time they do not win. So, I mean, it's not a fire. It's something to look at. How they fail, man, ain't no reason to panic. There's a whole lot of season left.
Hold up, real quick. When they lost a 27-point lead, everybody was shocked. When has Kyrie and Luka Doncic been known for playing defense?
That's my point. That's exactly my point. Like
yeah.
They gave a lot of defense. Yeah.
I wasn't even shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, it happens in the NBA every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it was like that everywhere. But I will say this though, Mike, how you say if the league sees something, and you know, I don't put it past the league to parlay, let the Lakers lose so that Kyrie can go to LA, so that the following year it'll even be a more blockbuster Lakers and Celtics and probably that would be even triple blockbuster.
Yeah,
parlay for a year.
As long as the saliva don't go in your mouth.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm playing.
I missed that.
So, Mike, do you think that Dame Dash scoring a record high 71 points is as impressive to you as Kobe's 81? Or what's your thoughts on Dame Damian Lillard literally scoring 71 points against the Houston Rockets yesterday. And he had 41 in the first half. What's your take on that, Mike?
I will never downplay what Dame Dash does. He's amazing.
And he did it in 39 minutes.
Dame Dollar is sick. But if I bring up the list of the scoring that's going on this year, it has to take a little bit away from that. If I bring up how many times, I think it's been over, don't quote me, I think it's been over 22 times that somebody scored over 40. And I think it was like 12 times somebody scored over 50. We've had another 71-point game. I don't know if there was a season that we had a Mitchell score 71, a Dame score 71. It's just the way the game is played now and the opportunities that you have. But that doesn't mean Dame, this is amazing. He's playing for a team that's not a championship contender, and he's doing his thing. But it's not the same as Kobe's 81. Literally, if them cats would have just let Kobe play, which I get so upset about, there was a chance he could have hit 100.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a whole different time on how basketball was played. That was a whole different time. And now I sound like the old man. Get off my porch. I know I sound like that.
Get off my grass.
Get off my grass right now, boy. You don't know. Those are my hedges. I've been hedging. I've been trimming those hedges. And it's not the same. But it is incredible because, and I said this, and we've all said this in these squares. Every square said this. Get out of Portland. Mm-hmm. Let us see you play in the finals. Let us see you do this in the Western Conference Finals. But if he's happy, he's happy. And Taylor's going to laugh. I said, but if he's happy, he's happy. Get out of Portland, dog.
No doubt. Mo, what's your take on Dame scoring 71? Is it as impressive to you as Kobe's 81?
No, it's not impressive to me. No, it's not. It's not. I'm impressed with Dame as a player. I mean, he's the one player that's had to hit a buzzer beater in every single stadium, I think it is. Mm-hmm. He's done that. Dame is no joke. But no, it's not more impressive than Kobe because, like Mike said, Kobe would have hit 100. Dame wasn't going to hit 100 last night. Don't get me wrong. And like these points, I said it before, all this record breaking, it's like it's coming normal now. It's like every other week somebody breaking a record or doing something, dropping crazy digits in a game. It's just happening too much to be impressed with by anybody.
Yeah, I think the 3-point shooting thing has changed the game as we know it. I think that's the problem. I think it really affected that a lot. And a lot of teams now, this is a 3-point shooting league now. Mike, the Celtics played the Sixers on Saturday night. The Celtics narrowly escaped, but now people are talking about the top 3 in the East. So my thing to you is, Mike, who's the top 3 in the East? Now you saw the Celtics play the Sixers, and we had a couple of games, last couple since we had last talked. Who's your top 3? And are we overlooking somebody in the East after your top 3? Who your top 3?
No, the top 3 are just, they sealed in. They're glued in right now. It's the Bucks, it's the Celtics, and it's the Sixers. And everybody else is going to have fun. Have fun convincing your fan base that you got a shot. No, you don't. It's those 3 teams. And Jason Tatum, when he hit that shot, just showed me the progression of going to the finals and losing in the finals, but his experience, he shot that shot with the confidence of God.
Mm-hmm.
He shot that shot like it's done. And when I saw that, I said, uh-oh, it's a problem because what they got going on in Boston right now is a multiple finals appearance team. They can make the finals multiple times now with that squad. But Jason Tatum, there was something about the way he took the shot and the arrogance that he took it with and the confidence that he took it with that I was like, oh, boy. And you got Jaylen Brown sitting over there just averaging 27 points a game. And you got the role players. You got the Marcus Smarts. You got the Grant Williams. You got the Harfords and all. And I'm sitting there going like, I'm a Knicks fan. We can't beat them in 7-game series. We can't beat the Bucks unless, Giannis can't recover from his wrist injury. We can't beat those guys. And as much as we want to hate on Embiid and James Harden, we can't beat them in a 7-game series. So those 3 are on the top, and they're going to stay at the top. And we're going to see which one gets eliminated and which 2 are the Eastern Conference Finals because they're a problem. And I hate it. I hate
Okay.
it. I hate
That's his take. That's his take. So the Celtics played the Sixers. They supposedly solidified who the top two is supposedly, or at least in the top three over the weekend. What's your take on that, Mo? The Celtics defeating the Sixers, and who's your top three? And are we overlooking anybody?
Yeah, I've been walking. I got all three of those also. I mean, Chicago can't make too much noise. Miami's out. They're not doing it. I want to say the Knicks so bad they might make a rise. I see them going no more than maybe fifth or fourth. The Brooklyn, nobody in the East. I mean, Cleveland is the only one I think we might be overlooking.
Yeah, Cleveland's my team. That's
Cleveland. Cleveland is the only one I think we might be overlooking. I will give it to Cleveland to put up a good fight towards the end. And the only reason why I say that, I think that Cleveland's presence down low is better than the Celtics. You got a good big man, but that guy he ain't sturdy. You don't know if he's gonna make it through the rest of the season, man. He gets hurt a lot, and without him, then y'all fall apart.
Yeah, but Cleveland's problem now in the last 24 hours is they got rid of Kevin Love. So the big man that they did have to help them, he's not there no more. So I think there's a situation.
Cleveland got three problems. They don't have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Giannis. They got three problems. They ain't got nobody in the playoffs that can match up, and they don't have. It's already a conclusion right now. We're already at the end. Let's just see.
No, it's still a whole lot. We are not at the end. We are not at the end, man. There's a lot to be done.
The Eastern Conference. Listen, shout out to Brooklyn for treading water and still being the 5th seed. Shout out to them.
For now.
Okay, so let me ask you the next question. The Nuggets ended up defeating the Clippers 134-124. And the Joker had a great game. So I guess my question to you, Mike, is the Joker still the leading candidate for the MVP to you?
No. I honestly think Jason Tatum is going to win the MVP, but the Joker's doing his damn. I mean, they're the number 1 seed. What he does, what's funny? We're such hypocrites, and I am. You think to yourself, how can he do this and be that slow? Like, how can he do? Like, the dude literally slows the game down to if the speed limit is 75, he slows it down to 30, and there's nothing anybody can do. It's so irritating because I'm like, stop him, and they can't. And it's a remarkable way of playing basketball when you're not trying to jump over somebody and dunk on them. You're just trying to bully them, go around them. And then you're averaging a triple-double, and you can shoot from the 3-point line. And you're bringing the ball up as a center on some of the play, on like 50% of the plays, he's bringing the ball up like a point guard. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm rooting against him because I don't like the way he plays. Jason Tatum. I'm rooting against him. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm hating on him right now. My bad.
I was listening to your remarks. What do you think, Mo?
I don't think there's no clear-cut person for MVP, man. Joel Embiid is doing his thing. He's been overlooked for years. You know what I'm saying? But he is still doing his thing. Even though they took that loss recently to Boston, Joel Embiid is having a real good year. I don't have his numbers. I'm sorry, I don't. But he is killing it this year. You still got Giannis. He's always in play. So I don't think there's no clear cut. It's going to go down to the wire to see who the MVP is going to be.
You know what? You know what? This is really going to sound strange to you guys. Y'all remember Terry Cummings?
Yes.
I had the same vibe about Terry. Terry Cummings was in the mix to win MVP for many years and really didn't. You know what I mean? I get that same for Joel Embiid. Reminds me of Terry Cummings in that sense. Like, he's always in that conversation, and history will go by and it'll never be written that this dude was just as good and was in the MVP conversation, and people weren't paying attention because he didn't actually win. You know what I mean? I'm getting that vibe. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah, that makes total sense. My thing is, damn, if that'd be his third. Is this a three-peat for MVPs for him if he does it?
Yeah, it'd be a third. Yeah, it'd be three-peat.
No.
Wow.
No. Give it to Julius Randle. Don't give it to him. I can't.
He said Julius Randle. The funniest thing was watching Joker in the All-Star game. If you was watching it, and Kyrie was leading the break, and he hit it off the backboard, and he wanted to dunk it so bad he couldn't even get up to dunk it. But the guy is phenomenal.
I'm
He
glad you
is.
asked, I'm glad you brought up the NBA All-Star game. I want to ask you, Mike, was that the worst NBA All-Star game you've ever seen in your life? Or well, I shouldn't say that. I'm kind of leading you there. What's your take on the NBA All-Star games? To me, I guess I led you there. I thought that was the worst played NBA All-Star game I've ever seen. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take my take from somebody else, and I forget the dude's name who said it. Don't play the game. Don't play the damn game. This is his words. Have a fashion show. Have a comedy show. Invite comedians out there and have a comedy show. That's not basketball. Like at the end of the day, like what is going on where there was one thing that's going around social media right now where they cleared out and one of the players was sitting on the side on the floor, had his arms folded. What are y'all scared of? And then y'all play harder in these YouTube videos in Summer League when y'all sitting in these courts in New York and LA than y'all do when people are actually paying attention. Like, I don't know what, like that. I fell asleep and turned off the TV because I was like, what are we doing here? Like, just play ball. And I hate to bring up Kobe Bryant because I sound like the guy saying getting off my grass. Kobe Bryant would be like, you got to be kidding me right now. I'm D'ing you up. LeBron blocked one shot when he decided to. And the guy's argument was he actually said, you didn't play defense the entire game and now you're going to block my shot. Do you know how crazy that sounds right now?
As
That's crazy right now. Dog, play the game. We can't put enough money in the air because they all make a ton of money at the All-Star game. I don't know what to do. Just stop playing it and make it what it is. Have a fashion show, have a comedy show, and do the dunk contest and the skills, and then go home.
Jaylen Brown said that it was literally nothing but a layup line. I was like, I agree with that. Another player, I forgot which one, said, you know, you get more defense at a wide pickup game when they play in the offseason. I was like, and this is the NBA All-Star game. I don't know. What's your take on the NBA All-Star game? What's your take?
It's horrible. I didn't even watch the skill part. I didn't even watch. I heard the dunk contest was pretty decent. Like I legitimately after last year said I would never watch the dunk contest again.
We'll the dunk was dope.
Hold on, we'll get to the dunk in a second. But talk to me about the NBA All-Star game.
I watched the game. I watched some of it, and I got tired of it, man. You know, I turned it off because it was just ridiculous. It's not fun. It was ridiculous. You know, I think I turned it back on towards the end because that's when they started to play. You know, you catch the last quarter or the last, you know, few minutes, then you'll get to see the game. So basically, like Jaylen Brown said, you watch a layup line to the last 5 minutes of the game, and then they decide to play a pickup game.
I say whoever loses the NBA All-Star game, when they go to court, they have to have a public defendant. I bet you they asses will play then. Whoever loses, no matter what your case is, you get a public defendant. I'm not playing with y'all today.
All right, so now the NBA dunk contest happened, right? All-Star weekend, man. And a lot of people were saying that it got revitalized because of, I forgot this white kid's name. I'm gonna look it up in a second, but they said that he revitalized the NBA dunk contest. And again, I missed the whole NBA All-Star weekend. I didn't see nothing. But when I saw the recap, I was like, that looked like it was dope. What was your take on the NBA dunk contest, Mike?
It was dope, and the dude's not even an NBA player. He's on a G League contract right now. And this is, oh my God, I hate to agree with Stephen A. Smith with this. Oh God. Ja Morant is literally jumping over people and putting his private parts in people's faces during games. And you're going to sit on the sidelines and watch the dunk contest? Like, I know Zion's hurt, but when Zion's healthy, he would have sat right there on the sidelines too. What is it about y'all that make y'all so freaking like privileged? Like this is the same game that is making your life and your legacy and your family change forever. And you can't take part in something to enhance it? Why? Because your tender ass egos don't want to lose? Dominique Wilkins and Jordan went at it. Dominique had to lose to Spud Webb because he was 2 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all little tender egos and your little team behind you, we don't want to lose. You know, you got a sneaker deal. We don't want you to lose. Dog, where is your competitive spirit to say, I'm about to make this happen? When comedians stand around, I don't care how big the comedian is, how much money they make. If we snapping on each other, everybody gets in. Because why? Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it. So you jump in there. When you see a comedian do his thing and you're not getting paid for the gig, you just stop by and you see people are on fire. Somebody says, yo, you want to get on? If you're not a real comic says, yep.
Damn right.
I want a part of this. For good or bad, I want a part of this whole situation. You're going to sit there with your $300,000 worth of jewelry around your neck and watch these dudes. And the white boy did his thing. The white boy killed it. He did his thing. But he's not John Morant. He's not you. I don't understand the psyche of these dudes. For me, you would want to be a part of that. You'd want to get down with the get down.
Yeah, that's why I look at it too. But, you know, I don't know. Mo, what's your take? Do you agree with Mike?
Course, I think LeBron started this. I'm not doing the dunk contest, and when it started with him, and Mike, I know that's your boy, but LeBron was the first one that I'm not doing the dunk contest, and then everybody else followed suit. I think somebody even said they'll give LeBron like X amount of dollars just to do the dunk contest, and he wouldn't do it. You know, and they all follow suit, and it's crazy, man, because this was one of the brightest spots of the All-Star weekend because this NBA game didn't just get weak this year. For years and years past, we saw this game getting weaker and weaker and weaker. We really tuned in for the dunk contest. And we got mad when they took that away from us. They did.
Maybe, Mike, maybe they need to have the winner of the dunk contest pick home court advantage for the East and the West in the NBA Finals. Maybe they got to play like how they do it in Major League Baseball. Maybe that's what they got to do.
Or they could just say the winner of the dunk contest, the NBA will pay for your legal fees, and you can have whatever
you pay for your legal fees. Yo, we'll send out 3 child support checks in your name. If you go to the dunk contest.
Yeah, y'all are really tripping on this one. All right, let me ask you this. Here we go with this question. Is Trae Young on the hot seat in Atlanta now that they got a new coach out there with Dan Quinn? What's your take on this situation, Mike?
Trae Young is 2 minutes away from being the NBA's version of Kyler Murray.
Ooh, why you say that?
Because you got this dude fired. Nobody's going to say it, but you got Nate McMillan fired.
Right.
And now if they get Snyder in there, Donovan Mitchell told him, yo, he's going to challenge you, but you're going to want to play for him. It's on you now, Trae. You can get one coach fired. Magic got a coach fired. I wouldn't say Jordan got Doug Collins fired because that was his dude, but there have been players that have gotten coaches fired. After you get a coach fired, now you're the common denominator if things don't work out, Trae.
Yeah,
you're the common denominator.
Yeah.
And when you got John Collins talking about, he didn't know how to relate to the players. Dog, what do you want to relate to the players? If I don't like what you did, I'm the coach. I'm supposed to tell you what you did that I didn't like. Right. So now all you dudes, it's on you now. Now it's on you, Trae. It's on you. If y'all don't succeed, don't get mad. Don't get mad because the media is coming for you.
1,000%. What do you think, Mo? Is Trae Young on the hot seat out in Atlanta?
Yeah, man. Trae Young been on the hot seat. Even when they made that fluke run in the playoffs, when they was winning as the 5th seed, when they beat the Knicks that year, they went on. I think they went to the Eastern Conference. Did they go to the Eastern Conference Finals or the semifinals?
Yeah, they went to the finals. They
went to the Eastern. Right. They were. Trae Young has been on a hot seat out there. I have never seen Atlanta to be all that what people were saying that they were going to be. They just happened to click on some things at the right time, and the league kind of was not prepared for some things. Trae Young he's too Trae Young. He's got like too much. I'm Trae Young, trying to be something instead of being a ball player, man. He wants to be the villain. You know what I'm saying? He has his attitude. No, I'm not saying that you don't need to have attitude or swagger, but you got to back it up. You got to win, man. You got to win. So now it's all on him. It's all on him now. The coach is not there. What's your excuse now?
Well, I think they need some players around him, though. I think that's the problem. He's gonna need some players around him. All right, let's switch over to the NFL real quick while we still got the time, because the time is moving on, man. I'm gonna ask you this, Mike. Let me ask you this: the Chicago Bears got the #1 pick in the upcoming draft. Some people think that they should trade and get Bryce Young because he's supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes. Some people are saying they should not. The news came out today that it's trending towards the Chicago Bears are going to trade away the #1 pick. Do you like the thought that the Bears would trade away the #1 pick?
I like Justin Fields. I do. But I get thinking about, but when you trade the #1 pick, okay, so now we trade the #1 pick and you get a boatload of picks and everything like that. Do we trust the Chicago Bears organization to actually make the right move? Like, do we trust them now? Like, if I'm Justin Fields, I almost want to get traded. Send me somewhere and like, send me somewhere where I can go where you guys are going to put the proper pieces around me. Like, we've been doing this. I know Rodney Perry, shout out to Rodney Perry, normally on the show, filming a movie and doing everything. Rodney, your team sucks for decades. For decades. They can't get it together. They got Justin Fields. This is the exact situation Jalen Hurts was in before this season. Everybody in Philly was like, we don't know if he can be a quarterback. Justin Fields has all the tools to be an incredible quarterback. But he can't throw the ball and catch the ball. He can't block for himself. He can't pitch the ball to himself and run every time. No, you have somebody that's great right now. But you're going to trade this #1 pick, and I promise you we'll be in the same situation talking about the same stuff with the Bears 2 years from now.
But I was going to say this. Justin Fields said he doesn't like playing with the Bears in the cold either. The cold might be affecting him too. You know what I mean? So
I ain't mad at him with that. I ain't go with the cold either. I ain't go.
Yeah, not yet. And Chicago Bears cold. Chicago cold is different than regular.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's death. That's homeless. That's homeless cold. Yeah.
That's ridiculous cold. What's your take on this, Mo? You think the Chicago Bears should trade the #1 pick and get this Bryce Young kid, or should they keep their QB?
I think they should keep their QB. Stick with Fields. I like them trade the #1 pick away. Because they need help. They need help. They need help with their defense. Ever since they got rid of I can't remember his name right now. When they got him in from the Vegas, when that was their defensive presence. So they need to bulk up their defense and do some things on the offensive line. Hopefully, they make a good move so that they can have a solidified team. They have been a joke, and they need a new running game. So yeah, get rid of that #1 pick and make some moves and build with what you got. I just like Mike said, I hope they smart enough to do what they got to do.
Yeah. That's when you know your team sucks. When Mo don't even name the running back, he just says y'all need a whole new running game. We ain't even name no names, just a whole new running game.
Yeah.
But he ain't lying though. They need to do something, you know what I mean, and figure out. Maybe they should build Chicago a dome. Maybe they should have the players playing a dome. Maybe their play will be different. Let me ask you this though, Aaron. There's some more news coming out with Aaron Rodgers. Especially I kept hearing this Aaron Rodgers news. I honestly was glad I missed a lot of it, but it looked like he's trending towards either retiring or being traded to the Jets. But then this morning I hear, Mike, that it's a great possibility he'll stay in Green Bay because it's probably the easiest path for him to get to the Super Bowl. Your take on this?
Now, forget the Super Bowl. It's all that money. Like, let's keep it real. It's all that money. Aaron don't live in Green Bay in the offseason. Aaron ain't nowhere near Green Bay when there's not football being played.
Right.
Aaron don't give a damn about Green Bay. He don't care about Green Bay. He don't even like cheese. None of it.
He lactose intolerant.
He's lactose intolerant. He drinks almond milk. The man is sitting there to get his money. And you know what? God bless him. Because I would love to be in a situation where I could dictate this year after year after year. I can have somebody on a string and go like, I might play, I might not play, I might play, I might not play, He's going to wind up in the Jets. I think he'll wind up with the Jets. They'll make a trade, and then they won't win the Super Bowl. No diss to talent, but, it'll be what it is.
Yeah, I don't think the Jets should do it either, but, I don't know. Mo, what's your take?
Man, I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers, but he ain't going nowhere. even though he don't live in Green Bay. He ain't leaving Green Bay. He's
Mhm.
gonna be there. That's what's gonna happen. And that's where he's gonna go. But Aaron Rodgers, he just likes to stir the pot. That's all it is. You know, he wants to stir the pot. He got to stay relevant at all. But he ain't going nowhere.
White people don't even like Green Bay, except white people from Green Bay. Like
Yeah.
nobody wants to be in Green Bay.
I know you don't never look. You don't even see Aaron Rodgers at no Milwaukee Bucks game. You don't
Never.
see Aaron Rodgers at the
Never.
Brewers game.
Never.
Nothing. Never. Nothing. You barely see him.
It's
You
cold.
barely see him at the Packers game.
Because it's cold. That's the problem. It's cold. It's cold. Okay.
Damn, Frank, don't yawn at our responses. What we,
I'm
I
sorry,
know,
bro.
right? Damn, I thought I was.
That jet lag, bro. It's still kicking
we
my mind.
killing this. Mo, we
I'm
killing
sorry.
this. We killing
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So the Derek Carr situation, it seemed like I checked my notes. Looked like Derek Carr had, was not moved any way that he thought he was going to be moved. So I guess the question still remains, Mike. Derek Carr is still one of the hottest topics out there. Everything else because he got stats in the NFL. Would you take a chance with Derek Carr or would you draft a QB, Mike? What you think?
Derek Carr is the epitome of not being a headliner. He has to wait till Aaron Rodgers decides what he wants to do before Derek Carr can decide what he wants to do. Because nobody's going to sign him until Aaron Rodgers says where he's going.
Yeah.
He's the feature act. He's the feature. And whenever Aaron Rodgers makes his decision, then he's going to go, okay, I'm going to take the team that he didn't go to. Because the Jets could have signed him right there. They could have just signed him and been like, we got a quarterback. But they're so in love with Aaron Rodgers that they had to pause button him. And all these teams that want a quarterback are sitting there going, can we get Aaron? Can we get Aaron?
Mike, why didn't the Jets do that? Why didn't the Jets just snatch up Derek Carr? Because he's way better than the QBs they got now.
Because Aaron Rodgers brings what he brings. He brings the Jets being on Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Sunday Football. Everything revolves around the Jets. And the Jets will do anything to overshadow the Giants. So if you have Aaron Rodgers there, the same way they had Brett Favre there, they're sitting there going like, it's the money grab. I don't even think the organization is really thinking about Super Bowl. I think they're thinking about the money grab and how much season tickets can go up and how much they can charge and how much them jerseys are going to bring in. And the fact that the NFL will revolve around Aaron Rodgers and the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys like it always does. And then we'll throw in my Giants.
What's your take on that, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, Mike took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say the same thing. Jets don't even care if they're going to win. They don't care. If they just get Aaron Rodgers out there, everything sells. It's all about what's going on. And he's right. You got to wait. Derek Carr got to wait. But I was bringing up, I told y'all a long time ago, I can see Derek Carr in New York, in a jersey, in a Jets jersey. I told y'all that. And had Aaron Rodgers not acted up and been Aaron Rodgers, it might have happened already.
Yeah, I can tell you this right now. If Aaron Rodgers ends up landing in a Jets jersey, the jerseys will fly off the shelves and everything.
I might get
one.
I might get one.
People are going to buy them because you're going to have, just like when Brady left and went to Tampa, you still have people in Boston buying Tampa Bay jerseys. You're going to have people in Green Bay buying Aaron Rodgers jersey. You're going to have everybody in New York buying them. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be crazy. Ticket sales is going to be off the charts. Yeah. I mean, shoot, they might even get their own stadium. Eventually, they get Aaron Rodgers for real. They've been trying to get one on West Side Highway for a while.
Let me get to this next story, this last story. I heard on Friday's story that Pete Carroll was almost fired.
Oh yeah, I heard
by
that.
Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson denied it and everything else. And it seems like there's a lot more friction that was going on than was being reported initially. What's your take on that whole situation with Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson, Mike? What's your take?
Russell Wilson's lawyers are denying that he wanted Pete Carroll fired and Sean Payton hired. He wanted the general manager fired and all that good stuff. And I believe every effing word of it.
Really?
I believe behind the scenes, he was like, they won't let me take part in the play calling, and they're trying to ice me out of this. Get rid of them. Well, it backfired, and you caught all hell. And I don't believe in karma. I believe that the universe does pay you back, and that's why the Denver season ended the way it ended, and that's why he went through what he went through. But I believe every word of it. I believe behind the scenes, Russell Wilson was like, F him, get him out of here, and get the general manager out of here, and let's go with Sean Payton. Well, ironically enough, what happened?
Right. Right. What's your take on that, Mo? Do you believe? Because Mike believes it. Do you believe that Russell Wilson did all that and that he could
Yeah,
ultimately
you da-
deny?
you're damn right. I believe it. This kind of cat, Russell Wilson. Anybody who got their own separate locker room, not locker room, he gonna try to get people fired. I knew there was a beef when they brought up the wristband situation when Geno Smith was going calling plays off the wristband, and Pete Carroll said, "Yeah, our former quarterback didn't want to do that," and then the former quarterback. Yeah, did y'all remember that? And the former quarterback says, I don't know what the problem is. I want a whole lot of games without that wristband." You know, they had a little beef for a few seconds. It was like a little blip on ESPN, then it went away. But I was like, there was a beef going on there. There was a beef. I believe all of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one too. All right, so it looked like the show's moving on. Before we move out on everything else, Mike, I know you missed the Comedy Awards. Mo, tell everybody out there about what your experience was like, man. Because to me, I'm still exhausted, bro. I'm still sleeping from that. It was.
Yeah. First, I want to thank you, Frank, for allowing me to be a part of it. You know, to not even to have been around the people, but to watch the process from the beginning to the end, from what I saw, and to be a part of that writing team with Buddy Lewis, Chris Spencer, Tony Roberts, you know, the directors. I mean, I was in awe to actually give a suggestion to Stan Lathan, and he was like, "Word, yeah, we could do it that way." Say, brother. You know, we was going through the whole brother and road dog thing. I mean, it was a beautiful experience. And then to see the end of it, you know, how it came together. I mean, it was a beautiful thing, man, to see our people, black people too, you know, coming out, not just to have a good time, but to support something that was a vision so many years ago and it became a reality.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Mike, we got to get you there next year, bro. You got to be there next year.
I will be there. I will definitely be there.
You can show out and everything else.
But congratulations. It looked amazing. Just following on social media, it looked amazing. Everybody that took part in it, I was like, damn, she was there. He was there. Oh, damn. I said, okay, Frank did his damn thing. You should be proud of yourself.
He did. I mean, you really, man, listen, it was amazing. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It took my social media status up another level too.
You a selfish bastard. You a selfish bastard.
Listen, no. Always be closing. That's what Frank showed me. He said, go out there and put your work in. He said, well, put you in position. That's what he did. He put me in position to make some moves and do some things. You know, and I didn't make a whole lot of moves. I ain't starting no movies, but I talked to some people,
Mo,
met some people.
You made some moves, Mo. And
yeah, Mo made some moves. It was all on his live. Go to his Instagram. It's all on his live.
Mo made some moves.
But you did what you should do, Mo.
Hey, man, listen. To watch them say my jokes, you know, that we wrote in the script. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to be a writer. Before I wanted to be a comedian, I was a kid writing short stories.
Well, you go to certain comedy clubs, they say my jokes too. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
Well, I'm telling y'all now, it's going to be February 20th next year. It's going to be a festival, so y'all better have your behinds out there. Don't say
I got my room booked already. I'm staying in Glendale.
I'm just saying, y'all better don't say, hey, I didn't know nothing about it. It's February 20th next year. Will be that same Tuesday, but I'm doing a festival, so you can't say you didn't do it. And I expect y'all to be in the festival too, because we're gonna blow that out too. So
I just think that next time you have something, we need to have some box seats, something that says box seats, man.
No, actually, I'm gonna do better than that. We're gonna do box seats at the festival.
Exactly. That's exactly exactly what I was thinking.
And this time, can you remember to put my name on the list?
Nice.
He left me off the list, Mike. He thought I wasn't gonna bring it up. He was like, "Yeah, you go over there." I said, "I went over there. My name ain't on nothing."
Here we go.
Mo was only on the list for the comedy festival brunch. He ain't.
I wasn't even on that list. I got to the door. Frank walked away.
The sad part is, I thought they had it. I thought they had it handled. You know what I mean? They didn't.
Famous last words. I thought they had it.
I thought they had it right.
I thought they had you, dog.
But it's okay. But you know what? Listen, and then he gave me a wristband. Everybody else had access badge. I had to go pull my own move and pull the director. Like, look, Frank gave me. Yeah, Frank gave me the wristband. I had to go to the director. She was like, I was like, can I get an access badge? She was like, sure, baby. Come on.
Here you go. Here you go. But you was in there though. You was in the building though. You was in the
You
building.
damn right I was.
All right, there it is. There it is.
So New
So,
York,
Mike,
I love it.
tomorrow we back at it, Mike. We gonna be doing this and listen, I'm still trying to catch up what's going on in sports. Maybe we got to do a recap later on this afternoon, Mike. Just give me because I'm still trying to catch up. There's so much stuff happened. You know what I mean?
All right, so I'm gonna wrap my part up. Lamar Jackson will never see the money that he wants. So get right. So Baltimore, get ready for the craziest trade ever. There's gonna be a trade, and Lamar's not gonna be a
So you think
Raven.
they're gonna trade Lamar Jackson? Really?
Yeah, I think they're gonna trade Lamar Jackson because I think Baltimore is a sturdy enough organization to handle this. And I don't think any of these NFL owners are trying to pay the money that these quarterbacks deserve. And we'll see what happens when the white dudes come up. Let's see what happens when the white dudes come up. But check me out, the CW33 this Saturday, 12:30. If you don't know him, Charleston White, the social media cat who says a lot of controversial things, is on the show at 12:30. If you're in the DFW, check that out. Or if you want to watch it, go to YouTube, Media Room 360 TV. So it's a problem right now. It's a problem. So that's it. That's all I got.
Mike, thank you, Mike. Mo, tell everybody that they can follow you.
Yeah, before I say that, I just want to say this. Mike, RJ Barrett is horrible. I told you that before, and you kept defending him. Look at him now. Look at him now. I told you he was horrible. There's nothing you can deny about it. Don't even say anything.
We'll argue about that tomorrow.
I won't be on tomorrow because I'm traveling. I'm going home tomorrow, so I won't get into Boston until around 1:30. That's if they let me in because of the storm that's coming. But Mo_comic, of course, they shut down my Mr. Sit Your Ass Down page on TikTok, so I got to start a new one.
But Mo, we missing the storm. The storm's missing us. It's coming Friday, so you should get
okay. Yeah, but I won't be in Boston till 1:30, so I'm gonna be traveling tomorrow. I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Don't trust Frank. Frank said he had you. That storm is coming.
The shade, Mike. The shade.
Yo, Mike, go.
It's gonna be historical. Frank said you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Yo, I felt like Ice Cube. I feel like Ice Cube. And remember the NWA movie when Eazy-E was eating filet mignon, Ice Cube eating a fat burger, said, "Must be nice, huh?
Must be nice."
He likes me.
Frank already home. Frank is chilling. Frank is already like, I'm good money right now. Yo, you ain't seeing your house till next week. All right, y'all.
Foxy will be back tomorrow, y'all. We'll see y'all. Thank y'all. That's Mike. That's Mo. I'm Frank. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all got